Some photographs are unsettling because of what they show. Others are unsettling because of what happened after they were taken. These images were not meant to be famous. They were not staged. They were not warnings. They are ordinary moments that quietly became the last visual record of someone who vanished or whose story was never fully explained. Tonight, we are looking at final images that still raise questions. Not because they prove anything, but because they refuse to explain themselves. Case 1. Brandon Swanson, Minnesota, 2008. Brandon Swanson was 20 years old when his car slid into a ditch on a rural Minnesota road late one night. He was not injured. The car was not badly damaged. He called his parents and told them where he believed he was. What followed was a slow, confusing attempt to find him in the dark. As his parents drove the back roads searching, Brandon stayed on the phone with them. He walked through fields, along gravel roads, across ditches, describing what he could see. There are photographs of this area taken later. Long stretches of farmland, drainage ditches, empty roads that look identical for miles. At one point, Brandon said he could see lights. He believed he was close to town. Then suddenly, his voice changed. "Oh shit," he said. The line went silent. The call did not disconnect. It remained open for several minutes. Brandon Swanson was never seen again. The photos of that landscape are disturbing because they show just how easy it would be to disappear there. No dense forest, no cliffs, just darkness, uneven ground, and silence. Nothing in those images explains what happened after his last words. That is what makes them unsettling. Case 2. Ray Rivera, Baltimore, 2006. Ray Rivera's story does not revolve around a single personal photograph. It revolves around a place. The Belvedere Hotel in Baltimore is an ornate, historic building with rooftops that overlook the city. Photos taken after Ray's death show a small hole in a lower roof. Below it, a conference room ceiling was damaged. Ray Rivera's body was found inside that room. Investigators concluded that he had jumped from the roof. The images raise immediate questions. From the location of the hole, it appears physically difficult, if not impossible, for someone to reach that point from the roof without a running leap. There were no witnesses. No security footage captured him on the roof. Ray's glasses and phone were found near the hole. They were undamaged. Photographs of the rooftop, the distances, and the angles show a scene that feels incomplete. The images do not tell a story. They present a contradiction. They show a space where something happened without showing how. Case 3. Peter Bergman, Ireland, 2009. Peter Bergman arrived in the coastal town of Sligo, Ireland in June of 2009. No one knows who he really was. CCTV images show him checking into a hotel using a false name and address. Over several days, he is seen calmly walking through town. In the footage, he carries a bag. Each day, he is recorded discarding items, clothing, papers, personal effects. He never appears rushed. He never looks distressed. Despite an extensive investigation, no records of a Peter Bergman matching his description were ever found. His fingerprints led nowhere. The images are disturbing because they show intent without explanation. They document a disappearance that was carefully planned, yet left no identity behind. The photos do not ask what happened, they ask who he was. Case 4. Tara Calico, New Mexico, 1988. Tara Calico went for a bike ride near her home in New Mexico and never returned. Months later, a Polaroid photograph was found in a parking lot in Florida. It showed a young girl and a boy, bound and gagged, lying in the back of a van. The girl bore a striking resemblance to Tara. Investigators could never conclusively identify the people in the photo. Some believed it was Tara, others disagreed. The photograph remains officially unconfirmed. What makes this image disturbing is not certainty, but ambiguity. It appeared after Tara disappeared, far from where she was last seen. If it is unrelated, it is still deeply disturbing. If it is related, it suggests a fate that was never proven, never resolved, and never acknowledged in court. The photo exists in a space between evidence and doubt, and it has never stopped raising questions. Case 5. Gareth Williams, London, 2010. Gareth Williams was a British intelligence analyst found dead in his apartment. His body was discovered inside a large sports bag. The bag was zipped shut, a padlock was attached, the key was found inside the bag. Crime scene photographs show a situation that seems physically impossible. There were no signs of a struggle, no forced entry, no clear explanation. The coroner returned an open verdict. The images from the apartment do not provide answers. They present a puzzle that resists simple explanation. They show a moment frozen after something went wrong or was done deliberately without revealing how it occurred. The stillness of the scene is what makes it unsettling. Case 6. Jennifer Kesse, Orlando, Florida. Jennifer Kesse was 24 years old, successful, organized, and reliable. On the morning of January 24, 2006, she did not show up for work. That alone was enough to alarm her employer. When family members went to her condominium, there were no signs of a struggle. Her clothes were laid out, her shower appeared to have been used, her phone and purse were missing, her car was gone. 2 days later, it was found parked at a nearby apartment complex. Security cameras captured footage of a person parking the vehicle and calmly walking away. The images are among the most frustrating ever recorded in a missing persons case. Every frame shows the suspect's face repeatedly obscured by fence posts as they pass in front of the camera. The timing is precise. The obstruction is perfect. To this day, no clear image of the person has ever been recovered. Jennifer Kesse has never been found. The footage does not show violence. It does not show urgency. It shows someone who knew exactly where to go, when to arrive, and how to leave without being seen. The images remain one of the most haunting examples of how close clarity can come without ever arriving. Case 7. Sneha Phillip, New York City, 2001. Sneha Phillip was last seen on the evening of September 10, 2001. Security footage and store receipts place her shopping near the World Trade Center the night before the attacks. The following morning, she disappeared. No confirmed footage shows her on September 11th. No phone calls were made. No bank activity occurred. Her apartment was later found with signs that she had recently been there, but nothing indicated where she went next. Some believe she died in the attacks. Others believe she may have left the city before them. Photographs connected to Sneha are ordinary: store images, identification photos, casual snapshots. What makes them unsettling is how sharply they divide her timeline. Everything is clear until the night before. After that, nothing. Her name was eventually added to the official list of September 11th victims, though her exact fate remains unknown. The images do not show tragedy, they show normalcy. And then they stop. Photographs are supposed to preserve truth, but sometimes they only preserve moments. They show where someone was, not what happened next. They capture stillness, not outcomes. These images endure because they do not resolve anything. They remain suspended in time, quietly refusing to explain themselves. And perhaps that is why we keep looking at them, not for answers, but to remind ourselves how fragile certainty really is.